Jordan does not begin at a border, but with the slow unfolding of dawn over sandstone cliffs, desert valleys, and ancient ruins carved into the quiet earth. This land emerges gently from darkness, as if each sunrise carefully reveals a secret held for thousands of years. In those first delicate moments, light washes softly across Wadi Rum, coloring the sand rose and gold. The silence here is profound, broken only by the whisper of wind shaping dunes or the soft footsteps of a Bedouin guide tending to his camels. Moving with a patience older than memory, Jordan invites you, not with loud spectacle, but with subtlety and depth. It is a place of quiet wonders, ancient cities hidden behind narrow passages, waters both still and sacred, and histories layered so thickly that every stone tells a story. Here, the land feels timeless, defined not by hours, but by centuries. In Petra, shadows retreat slowly, unveiling carved facades glowing warmly in sunlight, as if remembering their original splendor. In Aqaba, morning brings a soft breeze from the Red Sea, carrying scents of spice and salt through narrow market streets where life unfolds slowly, unhurriedly, in a gentle rhythm. Tradition here is lived, not merely preserved, woven into fabric sold in quiet stalls, whispered in stories shared over tea, and echoed in the call to prayer rising softly above sandstone rooftops. Hospitality is as natural as breathing, offered freely in gestures that speak louder than words. As you move through Jordan, you discover not only a land but a pace, a gentle way of being that encourages you to slow down, to look closer, and to listen carefully. This is a narrated discovery, a journey told softly, step by quiet step. Here, every pause reveals beauty, and every moment becomes memory. Subscribe and travel gently with us. Let your mind wander through quiet stories from around the world. Traveling deeper into Jordan, the land begins to speak in colors. Sandstone reds, deep ochres, and shades of gold that shift gently with the sun's passage. You journey into Petra, a place where rock and history blend into a landscape of quiet grandeur. Narrow pathways twist through towering stone, each turn promising discovery, until, suddenly, the treasury emerges, sculpted into sheer cliffs, its silent majesty glowing softly in morning light. Petra is more than stone and shadow. It is memory held gently by the land. As sunlight climbs, carved doorways appear, and temples seem to breathe with the quiet stories of civilizations past. Steps worn smooth by countless feet lead upward, where the monastery waits patiently, high above the world. Here, the air is clearer, the silence deeper, offering moments of contemplation beneath an endless sky. Moving southward, You enter Wadi Rum, a desert of red sands and wind-sculpted mountains rising quietly into eternity. Vast spaces stretch in every direction, yet here, solitude never feels lonely. Bedouin tents nestle in the valleys, smoke rising softly from fires brewing tea. Their quiet presence, a reminder that life endures gracefully, even in the harshest places. Days here move with the rhythm of nature. Morning is gentle, midday slow, and evening arrives in soft whispers, the desert cooling beneath stars too numerous to count. Around small fires, Bedouin stories unfold quietly, shared in hushed voices, weaving threads of past into present, tradition into daily life. In this desert of quiet beauty, you find yourself walking not just across sand, but across time itself. Each step an echo, each vista an invitation to pause, breathe deeply, and listen to the gentle wisdom carried by the wind. Northward, Jordan softens into gentle hills and olive groves, where villages cluster quietly, their rooftops painted gold by the fading sun. The air carries hints of jasmine and fig, scents drifting from gardens and roadside orchards, mingling gently in the calm of early evening. Here lies Jerash, a city of columns and silence, where ancient Rome left quiet footprints across the land. Stone streets curve gracefully, their worn surfaces touched by centuries of footsteps. Temples rise solemnly against a sky turning lavender and rose, and the grand amphitheater sits in quiet expectation, as if the next performance could begin at any moment. To walk Jerash is to feel history breathe, soft, unhurried, and ever-present. Birds flutter gently between ancient archways, their songs blending into the hushed atmosphere of columns and fallen stones. Even as daylight fades, shadows deepen gently, cloaking ruins in a gentle mystery, inviting contemplation. Further west, hills roll toward the Jordan Valley, a fertile landscape where life unfolds patiently, season after season. Farmers move slowly through fields of date palms and citrus groves, tending their crops with quiet care, as their ancestors have done for generations. The River Jordan itself flows gently here, a thin ribbon of calm water, winding softly toward the Dead Sea. On its banks, reeds whisper in the breeze, and herons stand still in silent meditation. This river carries stories of faith, renewal, and quiet endurance. Standing at the river's edge, the world feels hushed, sacred even. There is a timeless patience here, a serenity that encourages you to pause, reflect, and listen. And in these quiet moments, Jordan reveals itself fully, not in loud declarations, but in whispers of peace carried softly by the wind. Further south, the land gently descends to meet a sea unlike any other, the Dead Sea, silent, calm, and impossibly still. Its water, dense and smooth as silk, reflects skies of pale blue and soft silver, lying quietly beneath cliffs of salt and stone. Here, everything moves slowly, as if even time pauses to rest beside the water's edge. The sea itself invites tranquility. You float effortlessly, suspended between water and sky, your thoughts drifting softly, buoyed by silence. Along the shoreline, mineral-rich mud forms patterns, dried and cracked by sun, offering quiet artistry and simple shades of earth and salt. Locals speak of healing in these waters, and indeed, the Dead Sea feels restorative, not just physically, but in spirit. The quiet here seeps deep, washing away noise, leaving only a gentle peace behind. Journeying onward, you rise gently from the valley floor, following winding roads toward Mount Nebo. The air grows cooler, fresher, scented subtly with wild thyme and olive. At the summit, silence waits, punctuated only by the soft rustling of leaves and the distant peaceful call of birds. Mount Nebo offers a view beyond words, a sweeping panorama stretching quietly across the Jordan Valley toward distant Jerusalem. Here, history meets faith, and the stories whispered softly among ancient stones linger long after you leave. The mosaics at the mountaintop chapel speak in quiet patterns of color and devotion, preserving memories in fragments of marble and glass. As daylight softly fades, you stand on this quiet mountaintop, breathing deeply, watching colors shift gently across distant hills. In these moments, Jordan feels timeless, expansive yet intimate, vast yet personal. It reminds you gently that true beauty is often quiet, revealed slowly, in simple, patient moments. Jordan's quiet charm extends softly toward its cities, places where past and present gently intertwine beneath skies of endless blue. Amman, the capital, rises gracefully across hillsides, white stone houses cascading gently downward, like a waterfall of ivory and gold. Morning arrives softly here. Sunlight touches minarets, illuminating quiet streets where life unfolds at its own unhurried pace. In shaded markets, aromas drift gently: cardamom, coffee, mint, each scent blending into an atmosphere of simple pleasures. Merchants greet visitors warmly, offering smiles and small cups of tea, conversations unfolding slowly and genuinely. Beneath awnings fluttering in a gentle breeze, Amman is modern yet anchored in tradition. Cafes hum softly with quiet conversation, bookstores whisper stories, and galleries offer glimpses into Jordan's gentle, creative soul. The Roman amphitheater rests quietly in the city's heart, stone steps curving upward to meet sky, reminding passers-by that here, history is never forgotten, only gently embraced. Traveling north, Erbid greets you with peaceful streets lined with trees and small family-run shops. Life here moves with gentle ease. Students gather quietly near Yarmouk University, their voices soft, mixing seamlessly with calls to prayer drifting gently from mosques. Old neighborhoods hold quiet histories within their walls, gardens lush and shaded, filled with jasmine and olive trees. To the south, Aqaba waits softly by the Red Sea, Jordan's gentle gateway to the water. Here, mornings begin with quiet walks along tranquil beaches, where sand warms slowly beneath your feet and the sea laps softly at the shore. Fishermen prepare nets patiently, boats bobbing gently, poised for another quiet day at sea. Evenings in Aqaba bring a serene magic. The sun dips below distant mountains, casting gentle gold across the water. Small cafes glow softly with lantern light, their patrons savoring fresh seafood and quiet conversations beneath stars emerging quietly overhead. Jordan's cities, each unique, share a gentle rhythm, a patient, welcoming pace that encourages visitors to linger, breathe deeply, and cherish each subtle moment. Eastward, Jordan stretches into quiet deserts and forgotten castles, places of silence and solitude, where history softly whispers beneath wide-open skies. The eastern desert unfolds slowly, a sea of gently rolling plains dotted by sparse brush, its vastness both humbling and peaceful. Along the ancient caravan routes, you find desert castles rising quietly, their weathered walls standing against time and wind. Qasr Amra reveals softly faded frescoes, hidden within modest stone halls, remnants of art and poetry that once brightened solitude. Further along, Qasr Karana waits silently, its fortress-like silhouette etched gracefully against horizons of pale gold and blue. The quiet here is profound, just wind, sand, and sky, a space for thoughts to settle gently. As daylight fades, colors deepen subtly, the desert painted softly in amber and violet. Stars emerge slowly, filling the immense sky, distant yet comforting, small lights that have guided travelers softly for centuries. Nearer to Madaba, mosaic cities come into quiet view, their ancient patterns preserved gently within the floors of humble chapels. The famous Madaba map, crafted patiently in stone, shows roads, rivers, and towns as they were long ago, a quiet testament to history's delicate thread woven across this gentle land. The people you meet here move gently through their days, sharing quiet smiles, soft greetings, and unhurried conversation. Meals are shared simply beneath shaded courtyards, flavors lingering gently: olive oil, za'atar, fresh bread, each taste echoing the subtle beauty of daily life. In these eastern reaches, Jordan reveals itself most quietly, a land not defined by boundaries, but by endless horizons, quiet strength, and the soft, reassuring rhythm of timeless tradition. You leave these spaces carrying their quietness within you, a gentle reminder that in silence, beauty resonates most deeply. Returning gently toward the center of Jordan, the King's Highway winds softly through hills and valleys, tracing ancient pathways worn smooth by centuries of travelers. Here, the landscape offers quiet transformations, lush vineyards and olive groves, giving way slowly to golden fields and rocky hillsides. Along this historic route, small towns rest quietly, their houses nestled into hills, rooftops reflecting the sun in shades of pale terracotta and cream. Communities here breathe softly, daily life unfolding patiently beneath skies wide enough to hold every quiet hope. Roadside stalls offer simple treasures, jars of honey, fresh figs, aromatic herbs, each exchange accompanied by gentle smiles and warm words. Karak emerges quietly, its medieval castle perched high, a quiet sentinel watching over valleys and farmlands below. Wandering its halls, you feel whispers of stories that have shaped the land, knights, kings, and shepherds, all leaving gentle footprints in stone. From these ancient walls, views stretch calmly, inviting contemplation as sunlight shifts softly across distant hills. Further north, Dana Nature Reserve opens quietly, a hidden paradise of tranquil valleys and rugged cliffs, its beauty unfolding gently with every step. Trails wind softly through scented juniper forests, past wildflowers and streams that murmur quietly among rocks. Wildlife moves gracefully here, unseen but sensed. Foxes slipping through shadows, gazelles grazing peacefully at dawn. In Dana Village, life moves at nature's pace, slowly, gently, and with quiet intention. Old stone houses blend seamlessly with the cliffs, rooftops adorned with herbs drying in soft sunlight. Community is felt deeply here, shared in quiet laughter and the gentle hum of daily chores. Evenings in Dana offer quiet magic, as stars appear one by one, illuminating the land gently, their silent glow comforting travelers as they rest. On this gentle journey along the King's Highway, you find yourself connected, not just to a place, but to a peaceful rhythm, a quiet certainty that life's true beauty reveals itself slowly, softly, in simple moments of stillness and grace. As your journey softly circles back, you find yourself returning to the gentle heart of Jordan, a place that reveals itself quietly in the simple acts of daily life, the kindness of strangers, and the steady rhythm of tradition carried forward gently through generations. In small villages, morning arrives softly with calls to prayer drifting gently through cool air. Women bake bread quietly, aromas of warm dough and spices mingling gracefully in shaded courtyards. Men gather beneath old olive trees, exchanging stories in soft voices, sipping tea flavored with mint and shared wisdom. Everywhere, Jordan reminds you gently that beauty is found not in grand gestures, but in quiet moments. An elderly craftsman patiently shaping pottery, children playing softly in alleyways, the gentle laughter of families gathered around simple meals. These humble scenes carry profound grace, a quiet reminder of humanity's endless capacity for warmth and resilience. Returning to Amman, the city greets you gently, familiar yet somehow new. Streets bustle softly, their rhythms comforting rather than hurried. Cafes invite lingering, their tables set gently in patches of sun, the quiet murmur of conversation blending naturally into the city's pulse. At sunset, you find a quiet hilltop overlooking rooftops, bathed in gold and rose. The sky deepens slowly, stars emerging gently. their quiet glow comforting as night settles softly over Jordan. Here, beneath these timeless skies, you realize this journey has quietly transformed you, not through grand revelations, but through gentle whispers, quiet reflections, and moments of peace found simply by slowing down, looking closely, and truly listening. Jordan's beauty remains softly with you, a quiet presence, a peaceful memory, reminding you always that in the gentlest of moments lies the deepest connection. Night returns softly to Jordan, draping gently over deserts, mountains, villages, and cities. Silence settles like a comforting blanket, broken only by the occasional whisper of the breeze or the gentle murmur of distant conversation. Stars shine quietly above, countless tiny lights that have watched over this land for millennia, each one holding a quiet story, each one guiding travelers home. Sitting quietly at the edge of the desert, perhaps beneath an ancient olive tree or beside a softly glowing lantern in a village square, you reflect gently on all you've seen. The quiet grandeur of Petra, the timeless peace of Wadi Rum, the subtle whispers of Jerash, and the silent resilience of the Dead Sea. Jordan's stories linger softly within you, carried quietly in your heart. This journey has been one of gentle discovery, revealing a land not through loud proclamations, but through subtle invitations to pause, listen, and truly see. You've traveled slowly, intentionally, finding beauty in quiet moments and connection in gentle gestures of kindness. Thank you for sharing this narrated discovery of Jordan, for traveling softly, listening deeply, and embracing the quiet wonders of this remarkable land. If you've enjoyed this peaceful journey, please take a gentle moment to like the video, leave a comment sharing your reflections or memories, and subscribe to our channel for more quiet explorations around the world. Your support gently carries these stories to others who seek moments of calm, inspiration, and quiet connection. Until our paths softly cross again, travel with intention, embrace the quiet moments, and remember that true beauty often reveals itself most clearly in silence.